Good morning, everybody. This is Daniel with Peace and Plenty Farms. I wanted to show you what I'm doing today. Today's Tuesday, September the 16th, I guess. So I've been working on this colony. It was a dog cage, and I pulled it up from the other garden and brought it up here. One of the things about being on a miniature farm, homesteading, is you've got to be willing to adapt, change, work with what the animals are telling you. So I like to sit and watch them. I always keep an eye on them. I like to watch their characteristics, see what they're doing. Let me turn the camera around and I'm going to show you something I noticed about the black Marans. They're not doing it now, but these sticks were laying on the ground inside the garden over here, and they would roost on those. Even though they were laying on the ground, that's where they would roost. So obviously everybody knows you have roosting places for them, but I've been behind on getting things done, and I finally but you could see how desperate they were for a place to roost, is what I'm saying. And I finally got these sticks and I scattered them around and made various places, and they were roosting on them a minute ago, enjoying them. And the hen is inside that hen box, checking that out. Maybe she'll start to lay some eggs, and that'll be really good. So it's fascinating to watch the animals and see their characteristics and design and build things that they will enjoy and like, and it's their nature. And it was obvious with the roosting things, watching them roost on them when they were just laying on the ground waiting for me to put them up. But they're really enjoying that little area. Now I closed it off. I have the tunnel that's right there, but I put a bag in there just so they could stay in here for a little while. I want them to spend more time in here and start laying eggs in here. I may actually leave this gate open later on. It's lunchtime right now, but maybe around 3 or 4 open it up and let them have a couple of hours out walking around, and they should go back in here. But before I go in there and show you that, I have finally fixed up all of the electrical fencing. Is all the way done, all the way around. I went around and cleaned off all the grass, and I had to add in a few little plastic things where the goats were pushing on the fence and it was shorting out. So there's some various white ones now in between the yellow ones that we had, and some black ones way down there, because that's all they had. I prefer the black ones actually over the other ones. I don't like that bright shiny yellow, but that's okay. So talking about watching animals in nature, I see a lot of people taking and burying their fence right here. So you've got the fence coming down, and they'll dig straight down and bury the fence straight down. I have found by watching both the rabbits and the predators that that doesn't work. What works is I've got my normal 4-foot fencing going straight up, and it comes down and it stops right about ground level. And then I get these rolls that are about 12 or 16 inches wide, and here it is right here. You can see this is the one end of it, and I clip it on right here, and then I roll it out onto the ground, and it's down in the grass. You can barely see it right here because it's been here a while. But I went around and put in extra clips today just to make sure that it was clipped down, tight to the fence, since we're going to start having rabbits, and we've been using it as a garden, but it hasn't been used for a couple of years. So I'm just went around and double checked everything. But I've noticed that the predators come up and they hit this and they dig down. So if you've got that wire straight down, they're just going to dig down until they get past it, and then they're going to dig under and over. That's their nature. They come up to a tree or a root or something, they just dig straight down. Well, if you've got that wire coming down and laid across here, they're not gonna know that the edge is way out here. Here's the edge right here. So it's actually way out here. This must have been like 16. So the edge is right here. So here's the edge of it, 16 inches. And it's laid on. They're not going to come out here and find this edge. That's not their nature. They're going to go straight down. And if you've got that buried straight down, they're just going to go down, find the end and go under. That's their nature. So I've got this on the outside, and I've got the same thing on the inside. It coming down, and it lays in on the inside, and that is for the rabbits. So when the rabbits come up on the inside, their natural tendency is to dig straight down, and they will hit another layer of wire that is on the inside. Right here, you can see it's been there for a few years, so it's kind of covered up with a little bit of dirt because we use this as a garden, and a layer of dirt has gotten on top of it. But I went around and checked it. It's not rusty. It's still in good shape, and like I said, I clipped it right here. So that was a major project, crawling around this 50 by 100 garden. And of course, it's got the netting over the top, and I put these 2x4s in. I had sticks in there, but they rotted away, but I got these pressure treated 2x4s, put those in. That's holding up the netting, and I'm getting ready to till this. Yesterday I showed you the Brindley plow. I've got that ready to go on the Cub Cadet. So I moved the trash cans out, away, ran the electric fence around here. Here's the new style. Today when I went to pick up the plastic pieces, this is what they have now, black, which I think that looks nicer. The door, I had to rig up the door with these zip ties to keep the wire, staying across here. And I've got a piece of wire right here, kind of high, to keep the rabbits in. Of course, the 1x1 welded wire on the bottom, and I've got the wire clips all the way around. So it's really secure. It's actually built for keeping goats and predators out and keeping chickens and rabbits in. Now, this, of course, is the colony. I've told you before, this is going to be for the rabbits. I've got 2 birthing boxes in there, 2 feeders. I've got that 6-inch pipe right there where the rabbits can go in and come out, but the chickens can't get into their area. And then this is the chicken access, which is closed off with that bag right now. I want them to stay in here, start laying eggs. I want them to spend the night in here. It's a lot more secure in here with the cover over it and everything. They won't get rained on, and I just think that this will work better for them. They just have to get used to it. Now, here's something. I had delayed doing the water, and I'm glad I did, because last night I was laying in bed thinking about it, and I came up with a different idea. I really like the gutter ideas for the rabbits because it's aluminum, and the cool water, they can lay against it and get cool in the summertime. And in the wintertime, I can lay a pipe wrap heater. It's an electric, like an extension cord, but it's made to wrap around pipes to keep them from freezing in the wintertime. Well, I'll put that inside of a plastic pipe with some holes drilled in it and lay it inside this water trough, and it will keep the water thawed out. Now notice I've got this trough sticking out about a foot. That way the chickens can drink out of it at this end. The rabbits can drink out of it right there, and it goes all the way through and sticks into the garden over there about a foot, and that way the goats and the sheep can drink out of it, or if the chickens and rabbits are out there, they can drink out of it at that end. So it services all 3 areas of the colony. Now the trick to this is that I found is you have to pull these wires down to here so that when the water gets a little bit low, the rabbits don't crawl out. Same thing on the other end. You can see I've got the wire from the dog cage sticking down in there, and that'll last for a while, and then I'll probably have to rig up something else when they break off, because what you do is you pull this, you just grab this and pull it out. Now it's hooked to the door, so you just open the door and pull the aluminum gutter out, rinse it off, and stick it back in there. But it'll service the chickens, the rabbits, and the sheep and the goats on the inside there, or the chickens and rabbits if they're in the garden over there. So that worked out pretty good. So you only have one spot that you have to keep thawed out, and like I say, that's a really short run. It's only 6 foot, so I'll have to find a really short pipe wrap to put in there, and it may be that I have to use a larger PVC and run the an 8-foot or 6-foot pipe warmer. That's what it is, pipe warmer tape plug in. It'll be like a 110 thing. I'd really love to find one that was 12 volt, because the electric fence is 12 volt, and then I could just have a battery running both of these and run it off of the solar system. Okay, well, that's pretty cut and dry, and thankfully I got this done before lunch, which puts me right on schedule for today to get this done. And then I need to get the K30 pieces and parts taken, the lights and whatnot taken apart, so that I can get it inspected. And then the plan is to do that after lunch. And I'll come back and pick up my tools. I want to walk over here and let the chickens out, and you guys can come with me. I want to show you the some of the future projects I picked up. I took 2 trailers over to one of the projects I have is this culvert. Now this is the cup link, and this culvert 90, I had it made. I'm going to put that in the pond over here, and I'll just step out here and show you. If you look right there, that little silver, that's the top of the culvert that goes under the dam, under the little road right here. And what I want to do is put that cup link on there and put that 90 turning up. That will give this water level, it'll bring the water level up a little bit more, and that way the catfish will be sure to have an area to get down into so that they can make it through the winter. And I'd like to have more water in there. This is the lumber and the wire and everything, and the mulch that I picked up for the future projects. I want to build a rabbit house with this. This is the paper to go underneath of the strawberry patch. I'm going to do another layer of strawberry felt and get that ready for. I want to do a gigantic harvest this year on the strawberries. And then this 1x1 wire is for the rabbit coops, and this is the wire for the fencing project to go around. This is that 12-inch chicken wire that I was telling you about. I put at the bottom of the fence and out across the ground like an L shape. So, and some dirt for the seedlings that sweet little Ingrid is doing. So projects lined up. I like to have the material and projects and everything stacked up so that I have it. And when I go to do the project, I've got it. If I need a little tiny bit of this or that, the hardware store right around the corner is sure to have it. And the price of lumber's gotten so high. Thankfully, I bought that lumber about a month ago. I think it hit $1,000 to 1,000 board foot Monday morning, yesterday. So that would mean that a 2x4 is almost $10, will be $10 here pretty soon. So I'm gonna let these guys out, and they like to be out at lunchtime. They really enjoy getting out. Big Red's not doing so good. He has mites and he's really old. We probably would be doing him a favor to not let him suffer. So we're going to be looking for another rooster. But I don't really want any more red hens, so I don't know, probably not looking for a rooster, I guess, now that I think about it. Okay, well, that's a wrap for Tuesday at lunchtime. I appreciate everybody watching. And remember, it's about growing together. I'm learning, and I'm hoping that you can learn. It's amazing what I learned just paying attention to the fact that I'm doing a YouTube video. I start thinking ahead about what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing, and it helps me to correct potential errors and put things in order and try to make the most out of the day and the projects that I'm doing and my time. So it works out good for me, and I hope it works out good for you. And that's why I always say, let's come grow together. Thank you. Okay, a quick wrap-up video for Tuesday. And I got this K30. This is what I had planned for today after lunch, was to fix a couple of things that weren't working when I went to the inspection station. The guy did not give me a rejection sticker. He just said come back once you've got it fixed. So it was the headlights. That turned out to be a switch. I knew that switch was bad. I just took it apart and cleaned it and put it back together and tried to get through with that one, but it didn't work. And it was the blower motor. Took that out, cleaned out all the mice nest and everything that were in there, and got the defrost working. I had to tape up some of the ductwork that was underneath the dash to get the air to flow up onto the windshield. And the wiper motor, turns out the switch on the column is a little tricky, but I've got it working. Same with the switch for the defrost. It's a little tricky. High is off and low is on, so got to know that it's on upside down, but it is working, and I've got the combination figured out. So maybe tomorrow I'll run this through the inspection, and this will be the last vehicle that needs an inspection for this year. Well, it's been a good day. I've gotten what I intended to do done, and got the colony done. Tomorrow I'm going to start on finishing up this area, moving the feed trash cans around here, closing off this other area, and so that I can feed the chickens in here and the goats can't get in there on it. And this little roof I built to keep their food dry. You can see the goats have trampled and knocked over the previous feed area, so I need to get that done tomorrow. That's going to be first project in the morning. I've got this out so I can catch these rabbits that are running around. I let the black Marans out a few minutes ago. These are the ones in the colony, so they're marching around here. I'm going to feed everybody later from right now. Oh, let's go check and see if we have any more. I got the chick feed for these chicks that were in here. We had 5 yesterday. Wonder what we're up to today. I see a lot of broken eggs everywhere. Mama's looking at me funny. That red's very defensive, and that Silky is filthy underneath. She's gotten pooped on. That red hen hasn't been too kind to her. I don't know if she's gonna let me in here or not. Let's see what we can do. How many we got here? Oh my goodness. 9. That's 9 right there. Let's see if there's any under her. Oh my goodness, there's 11. They hatched a bunch today, didn't they? 11. You can see we hatched some right here that are the reds. So another day or so we might have might have some more. They're just too cute. This one must have hatched today because we didn't have any little reds yesterday. They are really just too cute. There's a lot of ups and downs on the farms, a lot of predators, a lot of losses, but when the babies come around, it sure is cute. Oh, hey, why is she doing that? Oh, usually once, when I have 2 broodies in here, a lot of times I will, when they start to hatch, like the 3rd or 4th day of hatching, I will take one of them out because they will actually start to fight. And probably tomorrow I'm thinking I'll take the red out because she's really aggressive, and let this little Silky right here be the mama for a while. Well, I appreciate everybody watching, and keep in mind that it's about the harvest.